Well, hello there, internetizens. It's me, DP Knudten, and I want to give you my not-so-humble opinion about something that I just saw today that is fantastic. And it's not surprising because it's by a brand that does incredible advertising all the time, and by an agency that has been on my list of people to curse and envy ever since before I was a copywriter. Wieden Kennedy out in Portland, Oregon. But I want to highlight it for a couple of different reasons. But first, let's take a look at it, shall we? I'm going to get my little picture-in-picture out of the way because you need to see this in all its glory.
We're never alone. And that is our strength. Because when we're doubted, we'll play as one. When we're held back, we'll go farther and harder. If we're not taken seriously, we'll prove that wrong. And if we don't fit the sport, we'll change the sport. We know things won't always go our way.
And the world's sporting events are postponed or cancelled.
But whatever it is, we'll find a way. And when things aren't fair, we'll come together for change.
We have a responsibility
to make this world a better place.
And no matter how bad it gets, we will always come back stronger. Because nothing can stop what we can do together.
Yeah. Now, any of you all who know me personally know that I'm not a sports guy at all, but I am a human emotion guy. And that spot by Wieden and Kennedy out of Portland, Oregon, oh, power to you. Let me tell you, fantastic job, guys and girls and whatevers, because this is a fantastic spot because it captures the distilled essence of sport like nothing I've ever seen. And that's not my point, because you can get all weepy about the sports aspect. I want to talk to you what I'm looking at it from a creative director's point of view and thinking about. The second I saw the first literally 10 seconds of the spot, I'm like, oh man, I have got to get this to use as an example of two things: concept and execution. Because here's the thing, as a creative director, I'm always looking for the power of the concept, the idea. How much juice, how much power, how much horsepower does that idea have? But then, as a creative director, I'm always looking for the power of the execution. Does the execution match the concept? Because here's the thing, you can have a fantastic concept, but if the execution is weak, it's meh. You can have a weak concept, and if the execution is fantastic, But if you have a concept that is incredibly strong and an execution that is equally as strong, you get something like this, which is completely transcendental in terms of quality and power. Because look at this from the point of view of someone who loves sports. It grabs you. Look at it from the point of view of someone who loves human stories. It grabs you. Look at someone who just likes shiny objects that are really interesting, fast cuts, and there's a lot of puzzle there where you get to create the story in your head. It grabs you. I mean, it grabs on so many different levels. And the beauty of it is, I can't tell which came first, the executional idea or the conceptual idea. Now, the conceptual idea was that there are all sorts of sports, and we all participate as human beings in it, either as the actual athlete or the viewer of the sport. There's a ton of footage out there. I bet you we can do something with that footage. But then the execution side of it was, there's so much footage out there where people are doing the same activity in totally different locations, totally different people, totally different sports. But the human body can only do so many different things, right? A reach is a reach, whether you're reaching for a tennis racket or a baseball bat. So the concept and execution, I can't separate them, because that's the power of the combination. Had the concept been weak and the execution strong, it could still be good. It could be a A- spot. This is A+++, because the concept is incredibly powerful and the execution is, can you call it perfect? I'm not going to call anything that humans do perfect, but it's exciting, it's intriguing, and it grabs you. So my point for today in this episode of IMNSHOW is that your concept needs to be as strong and powerful as you can make it, but it needs to be joined with that 1-2 punch of execution. You can't let up once you have a great idea. That's when you turn on the gas to create something as strong as this spot by Nike, created by the incredible wizards at Wieden Kennedy in Portland, Oregon. Oh, I hate the fact that you guys did this, and I love the fact that you guys did this, because that's my true barometer of creative greatness. When I see it and wish it was my idea that I was able to execute as well as you did. I hate you guys. I love you guys. Keep up the fantastic work. And if anybody needed a kind of thumbs up, smiling lift for their Friday, watch this spot a couple of times. It's called You Can't Stop Us. It's on YouTube. Just search for Nike, You Can't Stop Us, and you'll see the commercial. Watch it about 15 times, and you are going to feel like Superman, Superwoman, superhuman. That's it for me today. I'm DP Knudten for the Nonfiction Brand Podcast. Check that out wherever you get your fine podcasts for free. Just search Nonfiction Brand and you'll see it. And I'll be talking at you next time. Theme music, take us on out. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.